Yeah, I often just start by quick drawing, mostly with black pencil so that you cannot erase it. And then it's just there and I look at it. In the beginning it was enough, but now sometimes I feel a little bit trapped. Yeah, because it will never be like that again, because you're not in the same space, and that's also a thing. Like, if I would like to make the work again, then it will never be the same work. So my whole drawing, the complete thing, is just, it's gone.
Willkommen beim Podcast Tiny Art Vibes aus dem Künstlerhaus Bem Adam in Soest. Und ihr merkt es schon, diesmal ist es eine besondere Folge, denn Moderatorin Rebekka Schulte begrüßt die bildende Künstlerin Sarah Dietz aus Den Haag in den Niederlanden und das komplette Gespräch wird auf Englisch geführt. Sarah erhielt das Wilhelm-Morgner-KunstStipendium und wohnt seit März 2024 im Künstlerhaus im Paulipark. Mit Rebekka, die ebenfalls zeichnet, lag sie gleich auf einer Wellenlänge und konnte sich über ihren Arbeitsprozess, Arbeitsumgebung und Lieblingsmaterialien austauschen. Wie es sich als Stipendiatin lebt, was es für ihre Arbeit bedeutet und wie sich Sarah in der neuen Umgebung einlebt, das hört ihr jetzt. Viel Spaß!
Herzlich willkommen zu den Tiny Art Vibes, dem Talk aus dem Künstlerhaus beim Adam. Heute ist es schon die 9. Folge und ich freue mich, dass ich heute Sarah Dietz begrüßen kann. Hallo Sarah.
Hi.
Hi. Es ist was ganz Besonderes. Sarah ist Stipendiatin, Wilhelm-Morgner-Stipendiatin in diesem Jahr, und sie ist von März bis August hat sie ein Stipendium im Künstlerhaus im Paulipark. Dieses Stipendium wird alle 2 Jahre vergeben. Das ist ein juriertes Stipendium vom Kulturparlament hier in Soest. Und dieses Jahr wurde Sarah ausgesucht. Und jetzt erkläre ich noch was für alle ZuhörerInnen. Sarah kommt aus den Niederlanden und wir werden diese Folge in Englisch sprechen. Vielleicht kommen ein paar deutsche Worte dazu, mit denen wir uns behelfen, und ob Niederlands können wir auch ein bisschen praten. Deshalb wird es eine ganz europäisch gemischte Folge. Hello and welcome, Sarah Dietz.
Hi.
Hi. Schön. It's lovely that you are here and that you took the invitation. I will start with a question. How did you recognize Soest for having a scholarship, and how did you do the inscription? Yes, apply.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I was actually just looking for doing a master's in Germany.
Yeah.
In painting, drawing. So I looked at so it was actually by accident, because I was looking at the website of the academy school in Hamburg.
Yeah.
And then I saw this thing because they apparently they put it on their websites.
Okay, like an
open calls
advertisement? Like an advertising?
Yeah, like that. And I thought, like, oh, that's interesting. And then I looked it up on the internet and I thought, like, might be nice. I mean, It's always good to have a place to work and get money.
Yeah.
And work.
Yes.
When you don't have to think about other things, just focus on work. So
this is one of the main interesting things for an artist, especially for young artists.
Yeah.
How to work and how to finance the living.
Yeah.
And yes, and so you finished your master, or you still want to do a master's degree?
I want to do a master, but it's actually different in Germany than it is in the Netherlands, I think, because we have a different point system or something.
Yeah.
So I noticed that and I thought, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do it but it's not really relevant information, but because of the it's different in the Netherlands. So I thought, like, but then education here, it's in some parts it's free. So, but yeah, it's just stupid.
Yeah. So this is something really interesting for. I think it's really interesting that the education system is different in the Netherlands
Yeah, a
and
little
here
bit.
in Germany.
Yeah.
So for the people listening, yes, I think it's more expensive in the Netherlands.
Yeah, we
yes.
have to pay,
Yeah.
2,000 euros a year. Yeah.
A year, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Half a year or a year?
A year. So
A
it's,
year, yeah.
2 semesters. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is quite an amount. So, yeah.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
you have to afford this.
Yeah.
I had the same theme so I spent 1 year in Utrecht from 2001 to 2002, and still then it was a big theme for many students. My time in Utrecht was paid, but for many students it was not so easy to afford the studies and to work and to concentrate on the studies. So for the people listening, you studied art at the Royal Academy of Arts in Den Haag, in Den Haag.
Den Haag, yeah.
Den Haag. And for me it was interesting to read this because in my study it was an exceptional school for typography at this time, and there is a section of drawing.
It's painting and printmaking, but then it's 2D work, so drawing is also part of that section, but it's not a drawing section, but it's a painting section. But you have teachers that are only making 2D works as well, so drawing, painting. Yeah,
I had the same in my school here in Germany, that it was not a special section of drawing, but in the studies you could choose your focus in things like this. So this is a little bit similar. And was there a moment in your development or in your way of growing up? Have you been always a drawing person?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Always since I've been a child, actually. I've been drawing with my twin sister. I have a twin sister. And we made up all those stories and we made huge drawings together, and a lot of them. And it was always about families, which is kind of strange, actually. But we made all those families every time, again and again, the same kind of drawings. It's weird, but it was nice to do. And I think later on, I just continued that, actually. She stopped and then I just continued. And I think that childish kind of thing is still in my work now as well.
Yes.
It's this moment where you can just go into your drawing and forget about everything and just...
So you just told me that you continued your work a little bit related to your childhood. I've been to your atelier now twice. And it's I can get this immediately, but maybe we have to talk about the way you are drawing for the people which are not having now a catalog, the pictures from you in front of you, in front of them. You are having big formats.
Yeah, I usually make a sort of... I get my inspiration from decorative arts, so like a wallpaper or a lantern holder, and I take these things and I put them out of their original context, and then something autonomous ontstaat is coming out of that, and it's often big drawings. So, and then I think the link with my childhood is also that the repetitive way of working, so continuously doing all those lines with first not even really knowing where it's going to, and then it just grows out of that. And
yes, you are having a very playful, expressive line, which is from one line doubling and changing directions and going back, going again on the same place, becoming more and more. The field is growing. Yes.
Yeah. I often use a lot of layers. And I think also drawing is kind of a very transparent way of working. And not only in that you can see all the lines, like you see the sketch underneath the drawing, you can see every movement, of course, but also how it cannot hide, or like the things the things that I draw, it's like, I think what you just said, like the insecurities and stuff, but also, now I don't know anymore. I want to say something, but I cannot hide behind my drawings or something.
Yeah.
I often would like to, but then I can remember when I was younger, when I drew stuff, I sometimes was ashamed of what I was drawing. I was like, ooh, did I do this? You know, because it were things that I couldn't say with words. And now, I think that's,
I think it's it's one of the most important thing if you are not drawing realistic. If you are using this like a language, it is helping to express the things in which are missing in language.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah.
Yes, and also I can really adopt or connect to this point that you are searching for details and you are taking them from the context and you enlarge them in your priorität or something like giving them it's a little bit like if you are coming into the room and you are wie sagt man, man scanning the room and then I would point some things, you would point some things, but it's your kind of view that you take the things from the context and you show them in another environment to other people. I can get easily as a person drawing by myself also this possibility in drawing and to take things from somewhere, connect them with things which I find on another place. Yes, maybe it's something like this.
Yeah, I think it is like that. Yeah, and also, it's just interesting how it becomes something completely different when it's not, because often decorative things are meant to be like they're decorating something, they're making something more beautiful or something, and when you put it out of that whole scenery, then it becomes an object almost, but then drawn. Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah. Could you find some elements here in Soest?
Yeah.
So so you are walking and collecting?
Yeah, I'm walking a lot because I have a dog, of course.
Yeah.
And then I take a lot of photos, but I also just look around. And I noticed that there are a lot of fences. I think I told you already. But it doesn't matter.
Yes, you told me.
Yeah.
But you didn't tell the people. So you are. So yes, you imagine that here are a lot of fences.
Yeah, there are a lot of fences in every yard, in front of every yard, especially in the Altstad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was really fascinated by that because in the Netherlands we don't have that much. I mean, the houses are smaller, the gardens are smaller. It's like, and it's also, normally I'm very much interested in like the inside of a house, and I don't know, I like that private sphere and the atmosphere and the intimacy. Yeah. But now I noticed that because it's not my city, I look from the outside in instead of from the inside out. So I see everything on the other side of the fence, which is weird sometimes. But and then those fences are very beautiful. It's almost like a drawing on its own, like from metal. Yes. But then at the same time, they're telling me like, this is where you should, like, it's how do you say that? It's a border between what's private and what is public. Yeah. So
it's signing this. Huh?
Yeah. So it's very strange how something that's so beautiful and like, I like those kind of things that are curly and inviting actually, but then telling you like, this is where it stops for you. Like there's an inner world inside behind this, which is you're not part of, or yes, I don't know. it's just looking from like an outsider into the city it's interesting, and yeah.
For me, it sounds absolute senseful in touching so many themes in having in you as a person crossing borders to live in another in another place. Then also that the difference between the Netherlands, because they have this, wie sagt man, diese Graben, and or they have much more natural borders.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and here we have this
very clear borders. Actually, here you have very clear borders.
Yeah. Yes. But to remark this, it's wonderful to go for something and to theme it in this way.
Yeah, I love it. It's also, I never really was thinking about fences, until I came here. So
time to think about fences.
Exactly. So it's good to have something new, I guess. And yes.
So you took the fences from Soest into your atelier.
Yeah, I did, but I didn't literally use them, of course, like not the fence itself, but often just a pattern or a line that I saw. And I used that in my drawings. Yeah.
Yes. It's I also get this from having just collecting a line, one aspect, a color, and yes. How is it to live in Soest also with this role of being in a scholarship or the Stipendiatin?
Yeah, it's strange. But it is very nice, of course, to have all of the freedom and no distractions. I mean, I don't have anything here, of course, so it's all focused on art. Yeah. Which sometimes can be hard as well, of course, because you just often, sometimes you just need your mind somewhere else, and then it's hard to get out of this house and This house is in the middle of a garden. It's an old park. Yeah. And it's very historical, the surrounding, and it's it's a beautiful place actually, but it can also be scary, of course. Yes. The place, especially in the dark. Yeah. With the church and stuff. The church is so high, and you look into that. But you have courage. You are brave to do it. It's you need a little bit of courage. You have to be a little bit brave. Brave, yeah. I'm actually not brave at all, but so this was quite a step to go here by myself, of course, because I have a twin sister, and we're always together. Actually, we've never been apart. Yeah. So this is the first time that she's in the Netherlands and I'm here, which is weird. And yeah. Did she visit you? She came for a whole week. Yes, so and I sometimes I go back to the Netherlands, of course. And did you discover a little bit the scene of Soest, about some people, or do you prefer to stay in your quietness for working? Yeah, I think I like to stay in my quietness of working, but then I notice that sometimes I actually need to go out, but then I'm like, and I do go out a lot by myself, but then like just into the city or do a walk with my dog. But, and I think in the beginning it was enough, but now I feel sometimes I feel a little bit trapped because I keep myself inside this house and then I don't have a lot of easy context that I can just text like, hey, what are you doing? Or, it always feels like a thing. Shouldn't be, but it is. And how is it with the Soester and the language? Is it easy to come in contact? Now, lots of older people, they don't speak German. Yeah. English, sorry, they do speak German. Yeah, I don't speak German. And younger people are hard to find. Yeah, but coming back to the fact that you are the Stipendiatin now
for us in Soest. And I know that for me, this is also, it has been also a little bit exciting always to have a look who is coming, who is bringing the art and other perspectives of art into our town. And also for me as a person living in Soest, it is interesting how an artist from the outside is putting their influence into this city. Is it autark or not touching something, or is it related to our town or the area? Is it your first scholarship?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. and is it something interesting, important? Is it how does it work? So you made your inscription, and how long does it take to get an answer?
I can't really remember. I can't remember when I sent it in. I think somewhere in September, and then in November or something they answered. Not sure anymore.
Yeah.
But you had to make this write this project plan.
Yeah.
And
does this project plan has something to do with the city, or is it free?
I believe it was quite free.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you had to do something with the city, but yeah, you automatically do, of course, if you go here for half a year.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I think my project plan is not really what I'm doing right now, but I think it's always like that. Actually.
Yeah, you have to. I think this is quite normal.
Yeah.
That or you have to be. Maybe it's not normal, related to the personality. Yeah, that you are adopting.
Yeah.
To a situation.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, because you imagine how it can be, but then you're not sure, of course. So
yes.
When the thing is really here, it's
Yeah, I think it can be a vision or an idea, and then you can, when you are entering, maybe something else is interesting or something. Yes.
Yeah, but the whole procedure.
Yeah, procedure. Yeah,
It wasn't really
procedure.
Yes, you just had to make a portfolio and the application, just your motivation. No, was it a motivation? I can't remember. No, it was just a project plan, and I think I put something of my artist statement inside the project plan because there was not specific. Yeah, well, and then it was just a portfolio, and you had to send it by mail.
Yeah,
but not by email, but just post.
Yeah,
which was actually quite nice because in the Netherlands everything goes by email. You know, this digital portfolio, but no, I had to print it, and it was nice to do. I like that. Yeah, and then they called that I could come.
They called you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Because I didn't expect it. I was just thinking like, oh, it would be nice. But if it's not, it's fine. I mean, you constantly have to do all these applications and stuff, of course. So,
have you done a lot of applications?
Yeah. Sort of. Yeah. Few. Not super, but it always feels like a sort of it feels like a very big thing always because you just have to write again. I don't like the writing.
It's a lot of energy. It takes a lot of...
and they always want specific sizes of portfolios and But
You succeeded.
Yeah.
And now you're here.
Yeah.
That's good. Yes. Yes. Are you in general a person or an artist working by yourself and not so much to the outside?
I work a lot on my own. Yeah. I think drawing is also hard to share or something, but it's personal, of course. I mean, some people can do that and make big works together and stuff like that, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like that actually.
Yes. So you're working for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe we can explain a little bit that you are working with with the paper in the room, with aspects of your drawing you are collecting in your
Yeah.
atelier, what I've seen, what I can figure out. And you have a point where you start.
Yeah.
Then you are submitting something, or then you are adding things.
Yeah, I often just start by a quick drawing, mostly with black pencil, so that you cannot erase it.
Yeah.
And then it's just there, and then I look at it.
Yes.
And then I put another line, and then it just comes. And then sometimes I of course I have a sort of abstract idea of what it's supposed to be, but it never becomes what it should be. So, and I also did works that are very big, and then I use different kinds of paper, and drew over that, and
When is the time for you to drawing? Do you have something like a ritual, or do you?
Yeah, well, maybe in the evening. Most times in the evening. I mean, most times in the evening, but I do it in the morning as well. So, and I always feel like when I woke up and I had my breakfast and I did the dog, then I start drawing, and then I see how far I come, and then I go do something else and I start drawing again. So there's not a specific time in which I do it in the day, but I like it more in the evening, although I do it the whole day. But and sometimes I just do practical things during daytime. Yeah. So like sawing.
Yeah, sägen. Yes. So yes.
Or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I spent a lot of time in preparing.
What did you prepare them?
My pencils.
Oh, like that, yeah.
My papers. I'm putting them on the wall. I'm changing the place, even empty.
Yeah.
You are working also with the white of the paper. Yeah,
I do. Yeah, but I'm not changing it that often. I just start drawing and then I see if it needs to be changed or not.
Yeah,
and I'm not really preparing. I think no. I just start, and then I have to search for everything when I'm search for the specific color, and then 10 minutes are gone because I'm searching for this thing which I cannot find. I think that's also part of the process. Yeah.
Because you know which kind of color you would like to use?
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah, sometimes I start with certain... Most of the times I start with gray and black. Yeah. So, and then over that I use a different color or multiple different colors. But yeah, I kind of know which one I want to choose.
Yes, this is because,
I have a very limited... I mean, I have all the colors, but I use a very limited... amount of colors, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
So
you are working with graphite, with what kind of pencils do you use?
Yeah, graphite and color pencils, but then the more oily like ones. So these are a little bit you can easily mix those colors so that they will go into each other. But it's just color pencil actually, but then soft. Yeah.
Yes. And like I've seen, you are having the lines which are obvious and which are staying, and then you have you use your graphite is softer, huh? Or yeah, and you are having a very standing expression. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are,
I was thinking.
Yes, okay. Well, I have to think about the way how to ask open questions. And yes, I just describe what I've seen in your atelier because it's fascinating. Also, for describing is like you how you work with the black or with the contrasts of black and until the white of the paper, and how you work in between.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's with gray as well. Yeah. And then with this strange kind of pastel-ish colors. So that's not really a color, but then, like this one, it's called cream. It's like this, you cannot even really see it, but it's there. Yeah. And it smudges a little bit the other colors, so the black and so that it gets this strange kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know if you saw it, like with these things. Yeah. You see this sort of tone, in the lines.
Yes, I've seen the tone. Yes, of course. It's just you just told what you're doing. You're giving a little bit a hint. Mm-hmm. Something which is there, but you have really to look at it to find it. There is eine Ahnung. How can I tell it in English? It's like you have an idea of something, but you have really to check it if it is like this. You have to go closer.
Exactly. So I also like that when people come closer to the work. So you need to do those tiny things, otherwise people won't look. But
it's a little bit like this. What you told me about that you prepared an exhibition with layers of papers, and behind there were little drawings.
It was actually a big drawing, and then I put all those layers of paper over it, but then you can still see the lines a little bit, or the blackness of because I did it with this very dark black pencil, so you could see it through the layers of paper, but then it wasn't really visible what it's supposed to be. Yes. So, and then there were people, because usually when you make a big work, then people pass by, they see these days, they don't really look close. They just see the whole picture and go further. But then if you hide those things, then people go look for something, which is fun.
But you also changed their movements. This is in working this way. You are having a little bit like an influence on the way.
And the way people look at your work. Yeah, I like that.
Yes.
It's good to have people, to guide them a little bit or something, because otherwise they're going to look at places where you don't want them to look. Which is also funny sometimes, but doesn't make sense.
Yes, and another very interesting part or aspect of your work is that it looks a little bit like that. It is an 3D from a little bit behind, from the back. It looks 3D-dimensional and a little bit also like an in front coming object. But coming closer, it stays drawing and lines. I really like this, that it is not eine Fläche. It is every time when coming closer to your work, there is line by line by line. And this is related to your, for me, it's also, again, this coming back to your to the experience of being a child, lying on the paper and putting
just without thinking, just going. I really like that. It's it's just a meditative thing or something. You just go on and on and on, and it hurts, but you go on. I don't know. It's just the labor that makes the work live or something, or that gives it a soul, or I really like that you can see the time as well that's put into it.
Yes. This is we just talked about, because you're talking about the main themes, working in this way, putting which also which you can put into drawing is the aspect of time, taking your time for drawing, taking the power to draw in this way, putting your body work into this, into a piece. Also seeing the hard work. It's interesting that you mentioning the hard work you are doing, huh? Well, really, you have to work to fill these papers and the big papers.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it's almost like something obsessive or something. I have to finish it. It has to be big and has to be a lot of lines, and yeah, I don't know.
And it's hurting the body.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, it's strange, especially with the super big works that I did, like 5 meters high and something. Oh, it was killing me, but I really liked it actually. Yeah, at the end.
Yes. Are you telling yourself in front of the paper? Okay, I have to manage this square meter until this evening with this pencil.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I do it like that. Yeah, and it's it's just I don't know what it is. It's just it needs to be done or something.
Yeah,
and I cannot stop before it's done.
Yes,
even if it's like a lot of meters.
Yes,
and the saddest part is that often it is like that, and like I did this one drawing was like 5 meters high, and then I went into the space, so I drew on the walls as well, and then at the end it's all gone because although it stays there for a couple of weeks because it's on in an exhibition, but then after that I have to take it all down and have to wash the walls, so my whole drawing, the complete thing, is just it's gone. And that's also part of it, I guess, that moment where you put your whole soul into it and then you have to let it go again or something, which is a strange feeling, and people are often like, but then it's a pity, but then I don't know, like the time that you put into a drawing, like the capturing of time, I think erasing that time is also like this paradox, I guess, I don't know. Yes.
It can be something paradox, but also something essential for the work that you are. It's a little bit like this. If you are having in the how can I tell it? How can I say it? If you are doing something like in a Zen garden.
Yeah,
you're making
like
the lines in the sand.
Yeah.
And the same time you're putting them away, but they have been there, and you have seen them.
Yeah, exactly.
I have seen
just them. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yes, and this is and erasing belongs to doing the things. To erasing the things belongs to creating something.
Yeah. And
it's something tricky in it to put something there, but also to take it away.
Yeah, because it will never be like that again, because you're not in the same space, and that's also a thing. Like if I would like to make the work again, then it will never be the same work. So that's weird.
but in the same time, your drawing has been there and changed the room. I believe even when your drawing disappears, it has been there.
Yeah.
And some people have seen this work.
Yeah.
Even though some people will never see this work. I like this aspect of these things disappearing. The things disappearing, but they have been there. So, and you know it.
Yeah.
And some others maybe also.
And of course I have photos, but it's different.
Yeah. But this is the document. This is the documentation and not the
no,
artwork.
It's not the work. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
Maybe it's also about this, that we both know what it means to work like this.
Exactly.
Normally it doesn't need so many words about this. Yeah. So to think, yes, I know what. Yeah. Okay. Yes. But for me, it's interesting how you deal with time, the presence of your body, the presence of this dark or really hard black related to very light and very white and easy light things. Well, also how you theme the situation in an atelier, or do you frame or not? To frame or not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing now. yeah. It's strange because at first, for a very long time, I didn't like it to frame anything actually, but now I start doing it, and actually, it does actually. It feels good, and I still feel this freedom that I had with my drawings on paper. I mean, I can still go around it, and I mean, and it's also interesting to how do you say that? To experiment. Yeah. Whoa, it's far away. With inside and outside a frame, and foreground and background, because also with my I have this one installation that I made with lots of flower drawings. But then I actually had, I think, 8 of the very big flower drawings, but it was sort of a pattern, but it was not a pattern because, of course, a pattern is repetitive and But then I put them on the wall, and then I started making this big drawing, next to it actually, and then it just got woven into each other, so it became one big drawing. And then I was putting frames on top and other object near it, so that it, how do you say that? Connect a floor to a wall and a wall to a floor again, and then the foreground to the background, and like you, it's hard to explain, but I think it's interesting when you cannot see or decide what is a foreground and a background anymore, I guess.
Yes.
When everything becomes equal.
Yeah.
Like the same importance. So, yeah.
It's I think we have many questions in art, but this is also one of the main questions in art. Huh?
Yeah.
How a drawing can come to a wall, but also how a drawing can grow into a room, or can be a part of a room.
Yeah.
How a drawing can come up from a floor, or can build a line, or where does it begin and where does it end? If you start something on a wall and then on a paper, like, is it the same? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. You can just continue. And when do you decide when, Yeah. Yes.
When it's a work.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's always very interesting.
And also how you make the seam, if a frame is needed or not. Mm-hmm. And how you can think about a drawing out of the frame.
Yeah.
So it's good, isn't it?
It's
wonderful. Yeah.
It's also often when something is framed that decides that the drawing or the work, it stops, it's a border again.
Mm-hmm. Make everything make sense.
But it doesn't necessarily need to be a border, I think. So, yeah.
But how to figure it out, huh? Which kind of... a frame or framing is a big question in the art history. And with art, the question of framing belongs to an artwork. It's often asked, not always necessary. I don't know. I have seen a lot of sticky glue, this paper glue, wie sagt man, Klebestreifen, op Nederlands, is this tape. Tape.
Yeah.
Also in many layers. Normally, do you always tape, or do you also use nails on?
Normally I use nails as well, but I quit that for I don't do it anymore.
Yes,
because it's not good. But yeah.
Sarah, in telling my surrounding and my friends about that I'm meeting you for this interview and for this podcast, I was asked something exactly what you a little bit mentioned about that you have time for your work. And there's a little question from the outside. It was coming up. How do you structure your day here with nothing else to do than art? And is there something like, yes, tell us about your day, and maybe also, do you have something official parts? And I heard about this. Maybe you can tell a little bit from this.
Yeah, I think my days are always, they're all quite the same. So yeah, I do have a structure, but I mean, I wake up and I do my dog and I do my breakfast, and then I work drawing mostly. Or just practical things, like I said before, like sewing and, and then I go out with my dog again because she needs a long walk in the afternoon. So I think I kind of let myself let the dog lead my structure because I follow her structure. I mean, she needs to go in the morning, so I go out in the morning, and then in the afternoon and in the evening. So, and then in between those moments, I work. Yeah, yes. Mostly.
Yes, Sarah. It's the middle now. You will stay another 3 months. Do you have an idea? Or do you still have a vague idea of what you would love, even if it never happens? Do you have ideas? Do you have something in mind you would love to focus on or work, or you would like to follow a little bit here in Soest?
Yeah, well, I have, of course, a few other ideas for works that I would like to do, but I'm not sure if it's possible. But I want to make something in the space more than a drawing in space, but like,
Yes, coming into the room?
Yes. Apart from the wall, it's not connected to the wall at all. I think something on its own, but I'm not sure yet how and what. But
you don't have to. I think this will develop.
And maybe a big drawing, like a bigger drawing.
Yes,
I still have my roll with paper, and it's waiting. So but besides that, I don't know.
Yeah, will you have an exhibition or something in the end?
Yeah, I have a small exhibition in the Künstlerhaus.
Yes.
At the end of August, I think somewhere 22 or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Let us know.
I will.
Maybe we can figure it out, and we will tell it in the show notes. Heißt das? Yes.
Show notes. Sure.
Yeah. It's yes, from the podcast. So in the end of August.
Yeah, I think it's at the same time when there's a Stads party, Stads something.
So at the 1,400 years party. Yes. Okay. And the 22th of August is the day where where the cultural party is. The day of the I think so. Yes. Yes, and there you will open your atelier. And then I know that later you will come back for a bigger exhibition into the museum Wilhelm-Morgner.
Nice.
Yes.
But that will be in 2026, I think.
Yes.
Very far away. So, yeah.
So, would it be possible for interested people from Soest or the surrounding of Soest to visit you?
Yes.
Yes. Do you prefer? Do you have a homepage? They write? Should they write you an email?
Yeah, they can write me an email.
So you can respond, and then if they are interested. So interessierte Soester und die von drumherum können gerne auf der Homepage von Sarah Dietz, die findet man ganz leicht im Internet, gucken. Wir schreiben das auch in die Shownotes und können, wenn Sie Interesse haben, eine E-Mail schreiben, und dann wird sie antworten und man kann sie dort besuchen. Sarah, I really, really say thank you to you for this talk, for this insights. And we will meet again here in Soest the next days.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Das war's schon wieder mit dieser Folge. Wenn ihr noch mehr über das Künstlerhaus BEM Adam wissen wollt, dann schaut doch zum Beispiel mal bei Instagram vorbei. Einfach auf das Profil Künstlerhaus BEM Adam gehen und folgen, kommentieren und liken. Bis zum nächsten Mal.